me give you one piece of advice. Be honest. He knows more than you can imagine.
At last.
It's an honor to meet you.
No. The honor is mine. Please, come, sit. I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole?
You could say that.
I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expecting to wake up. Ironically, this is not far from the truth. Do you believe in fate?
No,
Why not?
because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave like everyone else. You were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Follow me.
If you're watching this, then you've begun the process of awakening, or your mind is opening to the truth, basically. You're not going to, you're starting to question what you're seeing in the mainstream media, what you're being spoon-fed in the mainstream media, and what your peers are basically pressuring you to believe and how to think. And so my job is to help you along this process to basically expand on your awakening, to show you truths that they try to hide from you. Basically, I'm explaining politics and even economics and maybe even religion through research, because most people don't do their research, which is why I've created this show. I will go through and do research and give you the breadcrumbs to do your own research. My thing is, I will tell you now, do not believe anything I say. Do your own research. I am just going to basically lay out the breadcrumbs for you to look it up yourself. Therefore, you see the truth for yourself. It's not something that's going to be spoon-fed to you on this channel. So if that's what you want, please go ahead and take the blue pill, go back to sleep. But if you want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes, by all means, take the red pill. That's why I used the Matrix reference. Welcome, my friends, to the theory. Now, my job on this channel is to basically break down politics, business, finances, religion, and how they intertwine with each other so that the average person, well, basically so that a fifth grader could understand it, or even Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, because if you go through and look at half the things she says, it's factually incorrect. And she has no idea what she's talking about, but that's a different episode. We'll go over that later. But this is why I say, do not believe anything I say. Do your own research. I'm just going to lay the breadcrumbs out for you. You need to go ahead, pick them up, and find the truth for yourself. Now, the first thing you have to realize is that no matter where you were born in the world, no matter where you live in the world, you were born into a system, and that system is becoming more and more oppressive on a daily basis. So when you start to see that, you'll start uncovering the truth.
The Matrix is a system. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Who's it?
This isn't the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
This scene out of the Matrix is probably one of the best ways that I could figure out a way to illustrate my point of living day to day in a system that is designed to pressure you into thinking and believing a certain way. For example, in the black community in America, if you are not a Democrat, you are shunned. If you voted for Donald Trump, you are looked at very differently, like you are an alien or from another planet, or someone that has basically become a traitor to basically the country, and there's no reason for this whatsoever, because for example, one of the big things is people like to say he's racist. Well, where's the proof? And that's why I always like to ask people, where's the proof? And I have yet, as of this moment, after almost 3 full years of asking, where's the proof that he is a racist? And I have yet to get an answer. And I always like to say, you're saying this because they told you this on, in the media, and there's no proof. However, there's plenty of proof out there that he's not. And if anybody would know, his employees would know. And I have yet to see any one of them come out and say anything about that. And they wouldn't necessarily do it out of fear of losing their jobs. They have the freedom to say whatever they want. It's just that there's a lot of stories out there that contradict everything you've heard about this man. And it's not something that he goes out there and try to boast about, contrary to his TV persona. Now, does that make me a cheerleader for him? No, not at all. I just like to deal with facts, because once you deal with facts and you start seeing the truth of things, you start to question what people are telling you what to believe. You start believing for yourself. Therefore, you truly become a free thinker. And that's the purpose of this show. First, like I said, you have to realize that you are part of a system. You have to break your mind away from that system, from that groupthink. And once you become an independent thinker, once you become a free thinker, you will try to free the minds of others that you care about and the average stranger. Now, that's actually easier said than done. In fact, it's probably easier to open up the minds of, a complete stranger than it is your own family. I know. I've done it. I've been doing it for about 10 years now. And some people you will find will come to the reality of things, will start freeing their minds on their own. And you kind of have to help guide them a little bit, especially in the early stages. But you'll get blamed for their freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and the decisions they make. For instance, I get blamed all the time for my wife blaming or voting for Donald Trump and supporting him. And I get blamed from her family. And, I'm like, hold on. I did not convince her to vote for him. She did that on her own. And she'll tell you herself. But that's another story for another time. But the point is, once you become a free thinker, once you free your mind from that groupthink, you will become an enemy of the groupthink system. And that's what you have to prepare yourself for. And that is why this video is titled Down the Rabbit Hole. You'll have to answer a few questions for yourself before you take this journey. Question one, are you ready to uncover certain truths that you have been led to think as conspiracy theories? However, they're not conspiracy theories because they're pretty much factual. So you will also find that certain things that you've been told are completely erroneous and inaccurate. The next question is, you have to ask yourself, are you ready to be a pariah in your community, or someone that's looked down upon for being a free thinker? And the next question is, are you ready to do the research yourself? Are you ready to look things up? Because if you're basically lazy, and don't want to do the research yourself, but want everybody else to do it, then you are in the wrong place. That's not why I'm here. I'm just giving you the breadcrumbs. You have to find the truth for yourself. Simply here just to help uncover the wool that has been placed over your eyes since the day you were born, to help you find the truth behind the world that we live in, not to feed you some fairy tale, because the truth is not as pretty as they want you to believe. In fact, the truth can actually be very ugly, and you will find out a lot of truths that you've been led to believe that will be harder to accept than others. If you can move past all of that, then stay tuned because you'll see just how deep this one goes. If not, this just ain't the channel for you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please tune into my other channel, The Survivor's Edge with CEO Prepper, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Also, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, click the notification bell so that you guys don't miss an episode as they come out. And thank you guys for watching.